Like we have already discussed about the illustrations, which we can discuss on the basis of the third law of motion. Now we are coming up with the last part of this chapter, that is conservation of momentum. I have already discussed with you that momentum is the product of mass into velocity. Now,
बच्चा लाना मेरी
if
क्लास चल रही है
two if two you can say if two forces act upon each other, if the two bodies act upon each other which are both moving, so what both the bodies will possess, both the bodies possess momentum. If both the bodies are in motion, for example, this is body 1 and this is body 2, this is body 1 and this is body 2. If both of them are in motion now, okay, so what they possess, they both possess momentum. That is because they are having mass and they are moving with some velocity, so they both possess momentum. Okay, so once they hit upon each other, what will happen to their momentum? So here is what we are supposed to discuss today, that what will happen to this their momentum once they collide with each other. According to law of conservation of momentum, it says that when two or more than two bodies act upon one another, the total momentum remain constant, provided no external force act on it. Yeah, the sum of the momenta of the two bodies before collision is equal to the sum of the momenta after collision, providing no unbalanced force act upon them, then no external force act upon them. For example, if there are the two bodies, these two bodies, they hit upon each other, both were moving, both were hitting the pole. On hitting, what happened to their momentum? According to law of conservation, what was their momentum before collision? It should be equal to the momentum after collision, provided no external force act over it. Now, how we can prove it? We have to prove it. We have to prove it. It means conservation of momentum means that momentum can neither be created nor be destroyed. Now, how can we prove it? Uh, you are able to see the board. Suppose we are having an object of mass m1. Suppose this was the object which was having the mass m1, which was in motion, because if it have velocity only, then it will have momentum. If it is at rest, there will be no momentum. Suppose it was moving with velocity u1. Now, suppose there is another body which was moving with velocity u2. What are we proving? We are proving conservation of momentum. Total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision. That is what law of conservation stands for. As I told you that let there be the two bodies. Let the mass of the one body be m1 and let the mass of the another body be m2. They both are moving. One is moving with initial velocity u1 and one is moving with initial velocity u2. Okay. Now, as I told you, both the bodies will act upon each other. Both the bodies will act upon each other due to the force. What will happen? They are going, there will be change in their velocity. m2, let the velocity after collision be, but there will be no change in their mass. But due to the collision, due to the force which they act upon each other, there will be the change in their, you can say, velocity. I hope this much is clear to you, because they act upon each other. Even if I am doing this experiment, if the body is coming from, they act upon each other. Both of them were moving, they act upon each other. They are going to change each other's velocity. So let the velocity after collision of M1 body be V1 and M2 body be V2. Okay. So we will find out the acceleration of, we will now, once we have to see to it that once they collide with each other, what they will tend to do, they will tend to change the velocity. Force act, they will apply the equal amount according to Newton's third law of motion. They will apply an equal amount of force on each other, because as per Newton, to every action there is equal but opposite reaction. Once body A hitted the body, yeah, once the body M1 hit the body with of mass M2, hit it. So an equal, let the force be F1, with which the body M1 hitted M2. An equal amount of force will be exerted by M2 as per the Newton's third law of motion, right? If they hit upon each other to change each other's velocity, if they act upon each other, if they act upon each other, once they act upon each other, what will happen? There will be the change in velocity. And once they act upon each other, they will apply the force on each other. As per Newton's third law of motion, if body A, yeah, body M1 hitted M2 with a force F1, if F1 is action, if force F1 is action, then an equal amount of force, an equal amount of force will be exerted by the body M2 on M1. But as per Newton's second law of motion, sorry, Newton's third law of motion, F1 will be equal to F2 but minus F2. Now why this minus F2? Because they are in opposite direction. If one is action, then reaction is in opposite direction, just to indicate that they are equal but they are in opposite direction to each other. So that is why we are using minus sign here. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now I think this much is clear to you. Okay, I have told you that there are two bodies, M1, M2. Then if it is moving with U1 and this is moving with U2. Okay, now I am supposed to find out that what will be the, if they hit upon each other, let body M1 hitted with the force F1 and let body M2 hit the body M1 with the force F2. F1 is equal to F2. As per Newton's second law of motion, what is F equal to? F is equal to M into A. F is equal to M into A. Right? Okay. You can tell me that what will be the acceleration in M2? acceleration in m2 a2 will be equal to m1, sorry, v minus u upon t. Here the t will be same. Why the t will be same? Because the when body A applied the force on body B, for example, this is body A and this is body B. When body A applied force on body B, or body B hit with applied the force on body A, the force was applied in the same time on, right? So time is same. Suppose that during collision, body A who applied force F1 on the body B, in turn the body B will apply an equal amount of force on body A, but that in opposite direction. So if there is the force is applied, there is change in velocity of body B. So velocity of body B is v2 minus u2, because acceleration is v minus u upon t. But here we have supposed that initial velocity was u1, initial velocity of body was u2. So acceleration of body B will be v2 minus u2 upon t, right? In the same manner, acceleration of A will be v1 minus u1 upon t. This is after collision. The change in acceleration, as you know, there is the collision. So because of the collision, the velocity has changed, and once the velocity has changed, there will be the acceleration produced. So the acceleration produced in body B will be AB, and the acceleration produced in the body A will be AA, right? Acceleration in body A will be v1 minus u1 upon t, and acceleration in body B will be v2 minus u2 upon t. Why there is the change in the velocity? Because there was a collision between the two bodies. Now if they hit with each other, so they are going to their force is applied on each other. They apply the force on each other. Let I have told you, if the body A hitted the body B with the force F1, then body B also will exert an equal amount of force but in opposite direction, as per Newton's third law of motion. Okay, but as per the Newton's second law of motion, force is equal to mass into acceleration. Force is equal to mass into acceleration, right? So F1 force, which is exerted by the body A on the body B, then that will be equal to M2 into V1 V2 minus U2 upon T, right? Okay, so F1, because of this force is equal to mass into acceleration. Okay, so we have seen now there will be the if force F2 is applied by the body on body A, then the velocity of body A is going to change. It is going to change from u1 to v1. then the acceleration produced in body A will be v1 minus u1 t. Then what will be F2 equal to? F2 is equal to minus m1 into v1 minus u1 upon t. Because why this m into acceleration? Because this is as per the Newton's third law of motion, that force is equal to mass into acceleration. What we are proving, that momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision. Alright. Now as per Newton's third law of motion, both these forces are equal. Then minus m1 into v1 minus u1 upon t is equal to m2 into v2 minus u2 upon t. T being the equal at the same time having, so it will cancel from both the sides because t is same. There is no change in t. When the body A hit the body B, they hit on the same time. So T can cancel without T. So what will be now this equal to? Minus M1 V1 plus M1 U1 is equal to M2 V2 minus M2 U2. Right? We will bring all those who are on the M, this U I am going to shift on one side and V I am going to shift on another side. So our equation will become M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to, V has to be taken on this side. So M1 V1 minus M2 V2. This is momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision, which we have proven mathematically, right?